Heroes of Chardonnay allow us to talk to the greatest winemakers in the world and really get like an insight onto the wine, the place, the variety. And I'm so thrilled to be able to have Tim Lovett with us right now. He is the head winemaker at Leeuwin Estate in the beautiful Margaret River in Australia. Good morning, good evening, Tim. How are you, sir?
Very well, Ian. How are you? Great to have me.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled because we love our Leeuwin Estate wines, and you're absolutely a major puzzle piece, and a reason that we put the Heroes of Chardonnay on is to be able to give people a lot of perspective. You know, we're going to be tasting wines from all over the world. You've been the winemaker there since around 2016, right?
Yeah, senior winemaker since 2016. That's correct.
And at Leeuwin Estate, they're famous for a lot of different things. I mean, this is a magnificent property. Uh, and when you visit Australia, you don't just think of going to the winery to taste wine. It's a full experience type of a destination.
What makes Margaret River so special, to begin with, is as you can see on the map there, we're surrounded by the Indian and Southern Oceans, and that really gives us maritime influence. So we have that kind of cooling sea breeze that comes through, and with regards to the vines, that really moderates them overall. So as a region, it makes not just ourselves, but the region itself very consistent with the Mediterranean climate. When you look specifically at Leeuwin Estate as a site, we're 668 hectares of land, with just over 160 hectares under vine, with an amazing amount of new plantings that we've we really kind of began from 2016 and then 19 and 21. So with that, the Horgan family are pioneers of Leeuwin Estate. They purchased the property in 1969. And then with the energy and the thoughtfulness of Robert Mondavi, who wanted to purchase the property in 1971, the first vines were in the ground. So when Dennis and Trish purchased the property, Dennis was a surfer. He bought the property for surfing because there's some of the most epic waves
Wow.
in the world. And with that, the original plantings on the estate were Chardonnay and Cabernet.
It really speaks to the how great a location you are because of the consistency and the quality that you've been able to achieve. These
Yeah,
vineyards are spectacular.
I think that this picture actually really amplifies what I'm talking about. In the fore distance, you've got the sun setting, which is the Leeuwin Ridge. You've got that particular photo is about 6.5 kilometers from the Indian Ocean.
Hmm.
Then you come over the Leeuwin Ridge where it's all limestone, and then it's all threaded through with lateritic iron-rich gravel, which actually started out as Precambrian granite bedrock. So Precambrian, so we're talking about 750 million years old. And then in the tertiary, that bedrock washed away to this gravel that you see, especially at the forefront overall. And I think if you combine that maritime influence and Mediterranean climate, free draining soils, it really gives a moderating factor, a buffering capacity to each of the vines. So they're not high yielding. They're quite low yielding overall, which gives us great concentration, and its perfume, its fragrance, its intensity overall. So, and most importantly, it's about translating what we see out in the patch or in the paddock, and articulating that into the glass. And there's a few pictures there from the from the restaurant through into the tasting room.
Artist series. We've got the 2020 vintage in our house. This is you were saying this is a block selection of vineyards that were planted in 1975.
From 1975 and 1977.
Okay.
And there'll be some other select parcels which will might pair with that, but that is the real backbone and the pedigree and the DNA behind Art Series.
And your oak selection here, you said is more of a Bordelais. Like, is there a particular Cooper, like a Chateau Latour, Chateau, that type of a barrel that you love to use, or is it just the concept of a Bordelais shape, or not particularly a forest?
So there are only a few select Coopers that still work with forest. So for me, with Art Series Chardonnay, it involves a selection of 12 different Coopers, or Tonellery, if you like. But each Cooper or each barrel will have their own footprint or DNA on the wine, or on each parcel of Chardonnay, and one might be for more aromatics, or one might be for more structure, or another might be for more complexity. And each barrel is its own vessel, and it creates a puzzle. But if you understand the parcels of fruit that you have, you understand that that everything has to become together and integrated and formed, and it's not just seeing it in its youth or seeing it in barrel. It's about looking at in its longevity as one of Australia's finest aging Chardonnays, and you have to see that unfold and understand that Block 20 planted on north-south rows, where the sun comes up on the east side, and there's more open canopy on the cool sun, and then kind of closed off on the afternoon side. It's a bigger, stronger, concentrated site. Block 22 planted 2 years later is on east-west, so the sun follows the east-west, so it's a more mineral aspect. So even though they're both quite older vineyards, the Cooper selection is quite different overall, and it's another science in terms of oak selection and what really respects the fruit. And I think the greatest aspect with Art Series, it's 100% new, barrel fermented and matured for 11 months, but it doesn't impact on the fruit, and neither should it. That's the philosophy, is that the fruit is on its pedestal, and it shines, and the acidity, the concentration and acidity is this swinging pendulum between concentrated fruits and then this kind of late acidity that kind of really kind of carries everything through. And then you've got oak just sitting at the side, but when you put that into context, it just really details the fabric about how strong the vineyard, those two vineyards are, which is the backbone behind Art Series.
Phenomenal. Really enjoy the wine. And again, if you're ever in LA, love to see you.
Yeah, definitely. I'll make a shout out for sure.
Have a good day. Good luck in London.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, bye.